The MV Agusta F4 was the motorcycle that launched the resurrection of MV Agusta in 1998. The F4 was created by motorcycle designer Massimo Tamburini at CRC, following his work on the Ducati 916. The F4 has a 4-pipe undertail exhaust, single-sided swing arm, large front forks and traditional MV Agusta red and silver livery. The F4 is also one of the few production superbikes to have hemispherical chamber 4 valves per cylinder engine. Engine: the F4 engine is a liquid-cooled inline 4-cylinder 4-stroke with 2 overhead camshafts, 16 radial valves, electronic multipoint injection, induction discharge electronic ignition, with engine displacements of 749.5 cc, 998 cc, and 1078 cc. The engine was derived from the 1990–1992 Ferrari Formula One engine. Early in the design process, Ferrari engineers assisted in the development of the engine. MV quickly deviated from the Ferrari design, but they kept one important feature, the radial valves. The F4 engine is unique in the sense that it is the only radial valved motorcycle engine currently in production. Torque shift system: the F4 Tamburini, F4 Veltro, and F4 CC models are equipped with variable length intake ducts known as the TSS system. The TSS system is designed to increase torque in the low to mid-range, while still allowing for max horsepower at the top of the rev range. The TSS system has 2 positions. It is not able to vary the height of the intake ducts continuously. TSS is able to lower peak torque from the 10,000 rpm to 9,000 rpm while maintaining maximum power. This system debuted on the F4 Tamburini and was lauded by independent motorcycling publications such as Australian Motorcycle News. F4 750, F4 750 Serie Oro. The first F4 model released to the public was the F4 750 Serie Oro on May 1999. Only 300 examples were produced. Many parts such as the swing arm, frame side plates and wheels were made from magnesium. These magnesium parts were anodized gold for consistency with the name Oro. All painted parts, such as fairings, seat cover, front mud guard and even the fuel tank and air box are made of carbon. It's only by using these materials that the weight could be kept under 400 lb, which is only beaten by the F4 Veltro. The specially for MV Agusta developed Showa fork has fast detach axle clamps. The 6-piston and 4-piston brake calipers are made by Nissan. F4 750S. The mass production model, the F4 750S, was released in 1999, and was essentially the same bike as the F4 750 Oro but with aluminium pieces in place of magnesium. Both of these bikes produced 126 HP 101.78 rear horsepower, with a 13,300 rpm readline. Top speed is estimated at 170 mph at 12,800 rpms, 0–100 km/h estimated at 3.1 seconds, quarter-mile 10.98 seconds at 131 mph. The F4 750 uses a 49-ohm Showa front fork and Sachs rear suspension. The F4 750 also comes in a 1+1 model, which has a pillion for a passenger. F4 750S Neiman Marcus Edition, introduced in 2000, as a 2001 model. Available only in the Neiman Marcus Christmas Catalog, Silver Book. Virtually identical to the F4 750S except for a special brass plate with the Neiman Marcus logo stamped on the triple clamp. There were only 10 available through the Christmas book, and with each purchase, Neiman Marcus included VIP tickets to the International Superbike Classic at Laguna Seca Raceway, followed by one day of California Superbike School conducted by Keith Code. In 2002, the F4 750 Evo 02 model was released. The major improvement to this model was the addition of 11 HP, for a total of 137 HP. In 2003, the F4 Evo 03 was released, which was mostly a cosmetic upgrade along with unique spark plugs. F4 750 Senna. The F4 750 Senna was also released in 2002 along with the Evo 02 Model 0-62.9 quarter-mile 10.7 at 135. Built purely to raise money for the Instituto Ayrton Senna, a charity founded by Ayrton Senna to aid the children and young people of Brazil, the Senna was a limited production run of 300 bikes like the Oro. The Senna shared the 136 HP engine of the Evo 02 but with a higher readline of 13,900 rpm, and top speed estimated at 175 mph at 12,750 rpm. The Senna also had some suspension upgrades and some carbon fiber bodywork. F4 750 SPA and Senior. The F4 750 SPA was released in 2004 and was intended to be the final evolution on the F4 750 platform. It had an improved 146 HP engine, matte grey race livery, some carbon fiber bodywork and Marzocchi 50 forks. The F4 750 Stradins was released after the SPR, and used the same frame and F4S but the same engine of SPR version. Both the SPR and SR were limited production runs of 300 bikes and had a top speed estimated at 180 mph at 13,900, and a quarter-mile time of 10.4 at 139 mph. The SR was released in the traditional red-silver livery of MV with a color-coordinated red front fender and a bronze arrow exhaust system. It also has a white gauge face, different from the standard yellow, which displays Agostini's signature in red. It also has the signature silver star rims and SR plate placed on the steering head. F4 1000. F4 AGO, like the F4 750 and the Oro, the new F4 1000 product line began with a special edition F4 1000 called the F4 AGO in 2005. The F4 AGO came with a special graphics prominently displaying the number 1 in a yellow oval in reference to MV Agusta's racing heritage and rider Giacomo Agostini. Only 300 bikes were produced. F4 1000S. The first mass-produced F4 1000, the F4 1000S, was released in 2005 and came with a 166 horsepower engine, 142 rear horsepower. The F4 1000S comes equipped with a 50-ohm Marzocchi front upside-down fork and Sachs rear suspension. A 1+1 version adds a pillion for a passenger. Expect 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, the quarter-mile in 9.95 seconds at 144 mph, and a top speed estimated at 300 km/h. F4 Tamburini. The F4 Tamburini is a special edition of the F4 1000S released in 2005. It was the first F4 to be equipped with a torque shift system, which varies the length of the intake trumpets with speed in order to provide optimum torque at low and high engine speeds. Engine output was a claimed 128 kilowatts and claimed top speed was 190.6 mph. All the bodywork was carbon fiber except the fuel tank. Only 300 were produced. The bike is named after its designer Massimo Tamburini. F4 1000R, the second mass-produced F4 1000, the F4 1000 and F4 1000R CRC Gold Limited Edition, was released in 2006 and came with a 174 horsepower, 175 horsepower and 308 km/h for limited edition engine. The F4 1000R also has upgraded Brembo monoblock radial brakes, forged black Brembo wheels, a carbon nitride-coated Marzocchi upside-down fork and an upgraded Sachs rear shock absorber. The F4 1000R engine does not utilize the TSS system. A 1+1 version is available that adds a pillion for a passenger. In August 2006 an F4 1000R was used to set a record for the fastest production Class 1000cc motorcycle of over 185.882 mph at Bonneville Salt Flats. F4 1000 Senna. The F4 1000 Senna is a special edition of the F4 1000R released in 2006. It is similar to the 2002 F4 750 Senna in spirit, but has some changes to the paint scheme and an Alcantara seat. This model comes with a 174 horsepower engine and is also the upgraded Brembo Goldline radial brakes, forged silver Marchesini wheels, a 50-ohm titanium nitride-coated Matsuzaki upside-down fork and a lightweight Sachs racing rear suspension. Only 300 were produced. F4 Veltro. The F4 Veltro comes in two models, the F4 Veltro Strada and F4 Veltro Pista. 99 examples of the Strada were produced, as well as 23 examples of the Pista. As is standard for a race-modified motorcycle, the Pista is not equipped with headlights. The Veltro model's engines feature the TSS system originally found on the F4 Tamburini. These are considered by many to be the most race-oriented F4s available. The Veltro Strada is equipped with a full complement of carbon fiber and magnesium frame plates. In addition to the parts found on the Veltro Strada, the Veltro Pista is equipped with a lightened frame, oversized radiator, carbon fiber fuel tank, and a magnesium triple clamp and swingarm. F4 312. This model F4 was released in late 2007. It is identical to the F4 1000R except for 9 HP more powerful engine, for a total of 183 HP and 115 Nm torque. This is due to 30-ohm titanium intake valves, modified camshafts and 48-ohm throttle bodies. The 312 in the name refers to the bike's claimed top speed of 312 km/h, making it the fastest production bike since 2007, as of 2010. Italy's Motociclismo magazine verified MV Agusta's claim, achieving a top speed of 193.24 mph at the Narda Squared Ring. F4cc. The F4cc, named after Claudio Casciolione, the managing director of MV Agusta, was released in late 2006. The F4cc has 147 kW and has a price tag of $100,000. The engine is a 1078cc big bore edition with valves, crank and piston rods made from titanium based on the F4 1000R engine combined with the TSS. It is one of the most exclusive motorcycles in the world. Comparison of F4 models. Notes: manufacturer figures in CV, which is equivalent to PS. Manufacturer figures in kgfam, which is equivalent to 9.8065 Nm. References. External links: 1 and it equals 1899 MV Agusta reviews road tests of the MV Agusta F4 models, MV Agusta Motorcycles official site.